More important, what I'm trying to suggest to you is that go out of area. So if someone says that they're building or they're creating a HMO, go and inspect it, go and see what they're doing, see what ideas they've got. Hi guys, it's Arsh, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how to appraise properties in different ways. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm looking at a property right now and I can't figure out what's the best strategy for it, and I'm going to talk you through some of the ways that I've looked at it. Now before we do that, I need a small favour from you. I need you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Every time I release a video you get notified of it. Just a reminder, this channel is sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Whether it's a below market value deal, a rent-to-rent deal, a lease option deal, we've got them all there. Now there are two ways to get involved. You can either go to the website, which is propertyinvestorapp.co.uk, or if you've got a smartphone, go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it from there. So guys, I'm looking at a property right now. It's a commercial property. It's quite a large commercial property. And I'm looking at it from all different angles, and I want to kind of hit home to see what is the best way that I can monetize this property. What's going to be the most profitable way? What's going to be the way that generates the best return? What's going to be sustainable? What's going to be the easiest method to get it through planning? So the building itself, it's a commercial building. It's got office use, which means that technically I don't need to go and get planning permission to convert it into residential. So at the moment as it stands, it's all one big office building, very similar to the one that I've acquired recently to use for my offices. Now with this one, it's got offices, it's got office use. Now I thought that technically it'd be very easy that we'll keep the downstairs as offices, and on the first and the second floor I'm going to convert that into apartments. Now when I've looked at the footprint, I've had my architects around it and I've had my professional power team around it, and they've confirmed that we can get residential above. My only concern is whether we can get enough residential units to make it worthwhile. I became a little bit worried about this, thinking, well, can we justify the purchase price? Can we kind of now start to renegotiate the purchase price? And I looked at all the different avenues. So I then started thinking, okay, well, we can go off and get permitted development rights for the residential use above. That's easy. But then based on that, we can only get 9 units on the first floor and 9 units on the second floor. Now, in order for this to work and for it to be commercially viable, I realistically want around 20 units on the first floor and 20 units on the second floor. As well as that, given that we are now able to utilize airspace, I also looked at whether we could then potentially get another uplift on the building and then build on top. Now that seems quite complicated, and more importantly, that seems quite expensive to do. So I was looking at all different angles. Now, what really intrigued me about doing this video, or why I really wanted to do this video, is because I actually walked away from the building. I said, you know what, I don't think I can make this work. Well, I can make it work, but it's not going to be one of the better deals that I've done. And then over the weekend just gone, I went away. I took myself out of the environment because I kept thinking about it, kept looking at different avenues. Can we run it as SA? Can we run it as a HMO? Can we do this? Can we do that? But ultimately it comes down to the number of units that we can get in the property. So I looked at it. Do we convert it back into offices? Do we do this? Do we do that? How many commercial units can we get on the ground floor? How many residential units can we get on the first and second? So I went away and I kept thinking about this building. And over the weekend I went to London just as a change of scenery, when I met up with some friends, went out, had some lunch. And ultimately, when I'm out of the area, what I generally tend to do, and one thing that I'm going to suggest that you guys do, is take note of the buildings around you. The reason why I say that is because you'll be surprised at what other people have done that you've not thought of. And the light bulb moment came to me. So I was walking past the hotel and I looked, and the lobby area looked really cool. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video, which I'll touch on upon, is design in a second. So the lobby area looked really cool. It looked really inviting. And I thought, you know what, I've got to go in there. Just going to have a look. Went in, started looking around. And then it kind of hit home that in actual fact, perhaps this building that I'm looking at is not best used as residential, but it's potentially best used as a hotel. Now, why would I need that? Because A, we can get more units out of it. B, we don't necessarily need natural light. And C, the units can be smaller. So for argument's sake, I was looking at this hotel, and when I got back, I actually started researching hotel room sizes. I actually started looking at the planning of what that hotel did. So I found the planning application for when they built it. I had a look at the room sizes. I had a look at how they constructed it, and it is honestly superb. Now, off the back of that, I actually reckon just off the first and second floor, I can get approximately 60 units. Remember, before I was kind of saying to myself, I'm going to get 20 per floor. Now I'm going to potentially get 30 per floor. Now, admittedly, we're going to have a few challenges, but we're going to try and do a pre-planning application to see how the local authority reacts. Now, previously with the 9 units per floor, we could have potentially done it, or no, not potentially. It's almost like a given that we could have done it under prior notification approval. Now we have to go through the full planning application. So there's a couple of things that we need to look at, but given where the property is, given the location, given how long it has been vacant, we actually think we've got a very good chance of doing that. Now, off the back of that, I genuinely think that we're going to have a much better scheme, and then ultimately we also potentially can go up. But as a result of the new idea, I can also go down into the basement where it's got no windows. Now, some of you are thinking, well, why would someone want to stay in a place where it's got no windows? How many times have you stayed in a hotel where it's actually got no windows? You don't actually need a window for a hotel room. So this has got me thinking, it's got my architect thinking, and I think in actual fact, we're not actually going to stop at 60. We may even try and get 70, maybe even 80 units out of this one building that previously my mindset was telling me that I could only really get circa 20 units out of it. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because you don't all have to go off and start doing like what I've just done. But more important, what I'm trying to suggest to you is that go out of area. So if someone says that they're building or they're creating a HMO, go and inspect it, go and see what they're doing, see what ideas they've got. So whether they've got a great color scheme, whether they've got a great design, a great floor plan, a great layout, go and check it out. Because guess what, guys, you think you may have the idea, but believe it or not, someone out there has already done what you've done, and they've probably done it better, and they're going on to do better things. But you need to get some inspiration from somewhere. Now, I've been involved in property 25 years full time, and I felt like I become complacent with my design ideas. So it was good for me to get out and become re-energized to see what other people are doing. And one of the things that I thought was really cool is that in one of my previous planning applications, I needed to supply a bike rack. Now, this sounds really random, but they wanted me to do a bike storage. So what did I do? I went and bought one of those metal bike storage things, and I put it in the back garden. When I walked past this hotel, it was really cool. This one was an office. It was really cool that in actual fact, when you walked in the lobby, it actually had the racks where someone could just literally clip their bike into it against the wall. And I thought that was so cool. And the reason why they've done that is to satisfy the planners to say that, yes, we have got bike storage facilities. And I thought of all the other little bits and pieces. So when I started to walk around, I think, okay, I understand why they've done that. I understand why they've done that. I like the design of how they've done that. And believe it or not, it's so easy to implement. And I've come back feeling quite re-energized after having had a little wander around London in different buildings. Now, I'm not saying that you all have to go to London. It'd be great for you to go to London. It's a great city. But just get out and have a look at different buildings. If there's hotels in your city or in your town, wherever you're located, go and see them. If there's other HMOs, go and see them. If there's other Airbnbs or mini bed and breakfasts, go and check them out. If there's other rental properties in the location, go and check them out, because they've probably done things that you could implement, which may either save you money, might save you space, but ultimately may actually increase the value of what you're looking to do. Now, with the results of what I kind of figured out or we're looking to now implement, we reckon we're going to add so much value onto this project that it's a no-brainer. So I really hope that you've enjoyed that video, guys. Really, it's really inspired me. It's given me a kick up the backside to go out and see more stuff. So I'm going to get back out on the road, and I'm going to start filming stuff when I get out on the road, so I don't forget these ideas, because there's so much to see that when I want to implement it, I'm going to forget about it. So I'm going to document it, I'm going to record it, I'm going to video it, I'm going to take photos of it, obviously with the consents of the people that have done it. And when I come around to do my projects, I'm going to be able to say, well, in actual fact, yes, we want to do this, we want to do that. And here is how someone's already done it. We just either need to replicate it, we need to do this, but also implement that. So there are lots of ways of doing it. So I really hope that you've enjoyed that video, guys. Really inspiring for me to go out and do it. More importantly, if you've got a project and you want me to come and see it, I'm more than happy to come and see it. I may be able to implement something to it. You may be able to teach me something about it. So really happy to come and have a look at it. If you want, go to my website, arshilahi.com/contact, and send me a message and let's see what we can do to get me out to your project. Or if you want to come and see one of my projects, we can do that. In actual fact, I'm going to put this out there just as a thought. If there's enough people that want to come and do a day around my office block in Wolverhampton, feel free to go to my website, arshilahi.com/contact, and just say, I'd love to come and visit your offices, and let's arrange a day where we can do that. So there's got to be enough people for it to be viable. So there we have it, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. As I said at the start of this video, this channel is sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Whether you're looking for a below market value deal, a rent-to-rent deal, a lease option deal, we've got them all there. Now, two ways to get involved. You can either go to the website, which is propertyinvestораpp.co.uk, or if you've got a smartphone, go to the App Store, type in Property Investor, download it from there. Now, if you're on social media and you want to connect with me, find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all under the handle of Arsh. And if you like more free content like this, I release a podcast every Tuesday at 6 a.m. It's called The Property Rebel. Go and check it out. You can find me on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, just to name a few. On that note, guys, I really hope that this video has kind of helped you so that you can start thinking outside the box by utilizing other people's ideas. And I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. Bye-bye.